Oh, hey, Shalom, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, as always, giving all praise, glory, and honor. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. The honors to the apostles, elders, the great millstone. All right, peace and blessings to you all for the leg. Akim, that's how to teach his word and all truth and sincerity. As well, you sincere aqua for our sisters. They come first video, Shalom. All right, the brothers here at GMS, Wisconsin. All right, meditating upon, exhortation. All right, Lord willing, to edify you for the leg. All right, and the title of this exhortation is going to be, don't forget the prophecies. All right, because in today's time, we got a lot of people that's not in the mind frame of remembering the prophecies, man. All right, but that's why we're here. All right, as men of the Lord. All right, the hope of the leg, Lord willing. All right, to prophesy the downfall of this place. Man. Prophesy means to say beforehand, right, before it happens. Okay, that's what the Lord is doing. And really, the Lord got them locked into that state of mind, man. All right, to be docile and caught up in the affairs of this world. And only the elect is really going to adhere to this word, man. Matter of fact, somebody can get Romans 11:7.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 11, and verse 7, and it reads, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for."
Right, Israel, speaking about so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, the true Hebrew Israelites that the scriptures speak of. All right, have not obtained that which they seek for. All right, because according to the scriptures, all right, Israel has the zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Okay, you see Jake in these different different religions, Muslim, Mormonism, mainly Christianity. Okay, seeking after the truth, but they never able to obtain it because those are pretty much avenues in which the Lord got them led astray. The blind lead the blind. And it says what?
Romans 11:7. "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for."
Right, which is the truth. Israel is seeking for the truth in all these different avenues, man. But the truth is here, primarily at Great Millstone, man. Okay, and we say that with boldness, beginning with our elders on down. All right, if we got the 100% truth. All right.
Fine, but reading on, it says, "But the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded."
Right. See, we speak about election. All right. The rest of the world, man, they caught up in the amount of numbers that you can get, to your congregation, and they build it upon that. They think that they suppose that the amount of people that you got in your congregation that brings salvation, which it doesn't. Scripture is speaking about an election. All right, Lord willing, we be at that number, man. Okay, and it says what the rest were blinded. Blinded through all these different philosophies, different wayward doctrines. Okay, caught up in all these different things, man. Even amongst Israel, man. You got different camps, to speak false doctrine, man.
Keep reading on. Romans 11:8, "According as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day."
Right. The Most High have given them, the spirit of slumber. Okay. So the Lord got a particular group that He wants. All right, the election. All right, and those that He don't want, they're not elected. 2/3. So, and that's just how it is. That's the balance of it all, man. The duality. All right. Speak about how the Lord, how to go lights and balance, or a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. Just way is the light. You see? So that's how it is, man. All right. And we just hope and pray, give diligence to make our calling and election sure. Work. But that's it on that.
start at verse 1 or
Verse, verse 1.
God. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1, and it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Right. We are, yes, watchmen. Okay. It is, like you got an ancient where you have like a castle, you have a pavilion or, in which you have it guarded over. You have watchmen sitting on the watchtowers, man, the watch where invading, enemies to come in and attack and warn the people. If there is any, such thing coming, man, and that's us, spiritually speaking. What is it? Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, which speaks about, I said, watchmen upon thy walls, and that's us that are over the elect, man. Okay, so we are sent forth to warn, the world, man. All right, of impending danger that's coming, man.
Habakkuk 2 and 2. It reads, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Right. The vision. The vision goes into the prophecy. Okay. And plain upon tables is the scriptures. All right. That's where you will find the different prophecies and things that were said to happen before it happens, man. So it said, right, plain upon tables, it's plain unto the elect. All right, what time we in? We coming into the end of this man's empire, man. His kingdom. All right. And we're telling our people to prepare their hearts and minds, man, for the time that's coming, man. Get ready, prep spiritually, man.
There was always asking the prophets. The prophets are asking when was the time to set the kingdom. All right, and these are the things that have to. These prophecies are what have to come past. And in lieu of ushering in the kingdom. So that was one of the. I just want to put that in there also.
Just finish this off. Reading Habakkuk 2 and 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right. Blessed is the man that readeth. Read it with understanding. And that's us, man. We read the prophecies and we take heed to it. We measure in the time diligently. Somebody get 2 Ezra the 9th chapter. Measuring it with the prophecies, man. That's it.
Okay. This book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 1. It's like a chapter 3 and verse 1. It's a lot. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Right? That's pretty much the point. Right? Hence the title of the video. Right? Don't forget about the prophecy. Right? Just because things aren't popping off and you don't see death and destruction and lamentations and woes everywhere, doesn't mean it's not coming. It's coming. Those can be punishments for the wicked, the wicked of our people. When you go into that word, because the brother brought up standing upon our watchtower to warn the people, right, of the coming danger. Okay, like if the bro can get the definition to perilous moment. Okay.
This is perilous, and it says full of danger or risk. Perilous, exposed to imminent risks of disaster or ruin.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, when I read the definition, I was thinking about the scripture that says, "Valley of the shadow of death," which is America. And you think about it like today, there was people shooting. You get by straight bullet. Death is always staring you in the face here in America. Every day is a day that ultimately up to Yahweh Shema Shai, but people are dying every day.
The incident that happened, what was it? Memphis. The dude, the Jake that was going around shooting up people at the gas.
Oh yeah.
What was that at?
Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. Yeah, spirits created for vengeance, man. So the Lord, He putting spirits on people, to bring forth His vengeance, man, upon the population. This place is ripe for judgment, man. That's what the Lord is bringing.
And it's old too. It's old, like not old, but old to this place, to be judged. Right? Yeah, and the people that's in it.
Places become waxing. The scripture talking about waxing worse. People's minds are desperately just wicked. Like, they continue to think wicked thoughts. Like the only ones that are at least trying to stay righteous is the elect. It's like it's in us. It's like the Lord is pressing on us to, what I'm saying, like go in that direction. Continue to go in that direction. That's why it says endure to the end. We are enduring this hellhole, trying hard not to fall by the wayside. Fall by the wayside and fall back into the world. So we're fighting to endure. We're fighting, man. Through the prosperity of our shall we're able to do that.
I got a precept. Proverbs 22:3 says, "A prudent man receiveth the evil and hideth himself." All right, but the simple pass on, and is punished. Right, a prudent man, all right, perceive the evil. Evil goes into bad times. All right, and that's all that we're coming into, man. This perilous, evil time, man. Let me look into this word prudent. All right, Strong's real quick. All right, it's a wrong. All right, Strong's H6174. It says subtle, shrewd, crafty. Um, what is definition in Strong? Don't we do just? Let me go in.
That's something online. It's the Animal Online definition of prudent. It says wise, discerning, circumspect, to look ahead, prepare, act with foresight.
Right. Kind of, because prophets in the ancient world were called what? Seers. They could foresee the evil, all right, that was coming, man, through the spirit. All right. That's how we understand to this day. Look back at Google, it says acting with or showing care and thought for the future. Wise and judicious. So, that's us, man. Through the spirit. We ain't like the people that's caught up in this world. They don't give a fuck. Their mind is just focused on, their next meal, just folly, man. Just shit that don't really matter, man. They're not supposed to anything the evil's gonna happen. They're gonna get caught off guard. Somebody can get First Thessalonians 5:7. That's the mindset of the people right now. It grows darkness. Whatever.
It's the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3, and it reads, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Right. While people in the world are saying peace and safety, everything's okay. Don't worry about it. All the warnings are going out there. Prophets out there week in, week out. It's like you really can't avoid it nowadays, man. You really gotta just close your ears to it, hand on your ears, and willingly not take heed, Majority of the world is what they're doing, But it says it's gonna come upon them as travail upon a woman with a child. So like the same way a woman, when she gets the birth pain and the child's ready to come, she can't put it off and just say like, well, I'll give it another month. Like, no, the baby is due to come. Right? And that's the same way it is with the judgment, man. They ain't gonna be able to put it off. I think that links up with 2 Corinthians 16 chapter. Are you gonna get that right now, the birth pain?
Isaiah 13 and verse 6, and it says, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Right. You know, it says it's gonna come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right, Yahweh watch me outside. You know, what is it? Amos, the third chapter, I believe. You know, seventh verse, shall evil be done in the city, and the Lord have not done it. You know, the Lord is the one bringing the evil. You know, and that's the reason why we do what we do. All right, to be on the good side of the Lord, so we don't get caught up in that judgment. Lord willing, had at the Y written in Ezekiel the ninth chapter, placed upon us, man. That mark of exemption. You know.
I got it.
And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, did you see? Right?
Right.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
That's saying a lot, man. Hey, people don't know the Lord, man. All right, they don't know how the Lord gets down. All right, in the ancient word, the heathens call the Lord Alashasha, you know, meaning demon like power, you know, because of his destructive nature. Yeah, he's love, you know, he is love as well, but he's not all love. All right, it's a balance to it. Evil as well as love, man. Okay, and you people of the world that ain't doing this work, you're gonna experience the bad side of the Lord, man.
For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Right, right. The arrogancy of the proud, because people in this society in particular, man, America, they very, very, you know, proud, man. You know, Isaiah the second chapter speaks about how the Lord is going to bring the proud low. All right, Proverbs 16:18, pride goes before destruction, heart spirit before fall. You know, so that represents the people of this world, man. That's why it doesn't help to be in a proud state of mind, man. You know, you gotta recognize your weakness, your weak nature, man. Just submit yourself to the Most High, man, and humility. You know,
And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
and that's mainly talking about Esau, man. Haughtiness of the terrible. Okay, you're gonna lay him low. You know?
If I could expound really quick, I'm sorry, fuck it. What's the topic? Don't forget the prophecies, right? So scripture say, lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Haughtiness means pride, arrogance, right? Of the terrible. When you look at the terrible, who are the terrible on the earth that are destroying the earth? It's not just Esau. Okay, we get on Esau a lot, right? We don't get on the other nations a lot. The other nations are also terrible because they're in conjunction or in cahoots, so to speak, with Esau, with destroying the planet and perfecting their own agenda on this earth. This has nothing to do with the Most High. The Lord is going to lay all of that to the ground flat. And he's going to start with the destabilization in their own countries. And we're seeing that now. Now, one of the strongest countries in the United Nations is Britain, right? England. The Queen dying is a, beginning, is a starting point to the destabilization to Britain because they were proud. You know, you read Daniel chapter 2, and I'm for getting off topic. But when you read Daniel chapter 2, it talks about the countries that are partly strong and partly broken. You know, partly iron and partly clay. And Britain is the head of those countries that are partly iron instead of clay, right? But the thing is that that stone, Yahweh, that comes and crashes that statue to powder and dust, you're starting to see those prophecies come to pass. So everything when it comes to this planet, because Israel isn't in authority. So anything when it comes to this planet, when it comes to these other 17 other nations, is going to be laid to the ground because they're all haughty. Haughty against who? Haughty against Israel and haughty against the Most High. So everything when it comes to their infrastructure, their foundation, where what they believe in, what they think, what they enjoy, what they've created on this planet is going to be laid to the ground. And that's prophecy. Lucky.
But no, that's scriptural, because the Revelation say the Lord's going to come to take, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, man. He come to take down all the crowns.
Somebody get somebody get Daniel 7. Yahweh came to the ancient days of many crowns, because what you need to understand is that, and I don't mean to take over the younger brother's lesson, but what brother that's watching this lesson need to understand is that somebody get when Yahweh said, if this kingdom was of mine, my servants would fight. Because what you need, and I want that first before you get to that day, before you get to that day 7, is that the kingdom of heaven isn't going to come just by the Lord giving it. The Lord is giving it, of course, but guess what? Though we still have to go through and take down other nations. Why? Because they're not going to give it willingly. The reason being because this first heaven here, this planet Earth, this world that you see, that you currently live in, this matrix, is given to the other nations. But the world was created for Israel's sake. When you read 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, somebody get that. This world was created for Israel's sake. Because guess what? This world is going to be translated to Israel at the end of the day. Because the injustices that we see in this world, the killings, the murderings of Israel in the street, the hyperalization of the curses by the other nations on Israel is going to be reversed onto the other nations due to Deuteronomy 30:7. But you got the go ahead.
Book of John, chapter 18, verse 36.
I'm tweaking. Goddamn, I ain't know that shit was gonna happen. Woo! Yeah, it's very flimsy. Fucking.
This is the book of John, chapter 18, verse 36. Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
Right. The kingdom is not of this world. So if the kingdom isn't of this world, this current heaven, which is the world that you see in your temporal mind that you're living in, then what is the Lord's kingdom of? Kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of righteousness. Because this world here is of wickedness and dearth, which means famine, spiritual famine. Go ahead.
Reading on, if my kingdom were of this world,
right,
then will my servants fight?
Right, because why? Because we're fighting for righteousness, and we're fighting right now. The kingdom of the Lord isn't of this current establishment of society, but the current establishment of society to come is going to be of His world, the kingdom of heaven. So yeah, we're not fighting for this world, we're fighting for the world to come. That's why it looks like we're crazy. We these crazy dudes on the corner. We crazy for speaking this, speaking that. Our conversation is weird. We speak in the future. In the future is the word of Israel, the kingdom of heaven, Revelation 21st chapter. Go ahead.
Reading on, that I should not be delivered to the Jews, and now is my kingdom not from hence.
Right. So he ain't gonna be looking to the Jews. What that means is at that time, the Jews who were at that time, the Pharisees and the scribes who were in position, would deliver him up to the Roman Empire. So he said, look, my kingdom ain't right now because it's for the Roman Empire to rule. But when it's the time, my servants will fight. Who's got that, Daniel? Go ahead.
7 and 9.
Yep. The saints shall take the kingdom.
7 and 18.
Yep. All right.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7. Yep. In verse 18, and it reads, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
See, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. So when you go back into that John, the brother just read, If it was the Lord's kingdom, if it was his world, his servants shall fight, right? But this isn't his world, so it's held off for a time. And when it's not, the Lord's servant shall fight. Because what you need to understand is that at the end of this world, the Lord's servants will fight, the angels, the chariots. And that's what's coming to deliver the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom
Right.
and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
See, they shall take the kingdom, meaning they will take it. When you take something, it's violent. I'm taking it from you. You're not giving it to me. I'm gonna whoop your ass and I'm gonna take it. Right? The Lord is going to use Israel as his battle axe and whoop the other nations' ass and take the world for his servants, Israel. Right? Read it over.
Book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 18. For the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom,
Right?
and possess the kingdom
And,
forever.
and possess the kingdom forever. What does it mean when you possess them? You own it. Now, it says the kingdom, right? What does the kingdom encompass? The whole world. That means we're going to possess you other nations. Chief among you being Esau, and the 16 other nations under him. You're going to be Israel's possession. Just like Israel's your possession in wherever land you dwell right now. Go ahead.
It says forever and even ever.
Forever and even ever. That doesn't mean for the end of time, but there are ages, ages, and ages of ages where you're going to be possessed by Israel. You're going to be slaves for 1,000 years. You're going to be tributary to Israel, and you're going to give us all of your substance. Everything that you own will be tributary to Israel. Why? Because for thousands of years, we tributed everything that we have in our bodies, mind, and soul to this fucking world, man, and you other nations. And there's going to be payback. Who else got something? What you got, Lamont?
No, I'm in Daniel.
What you got?
Daniel 7:18.
Read it.
But I read
Is that the same thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 9.
I'm going to get 2 Ezra 6.
Start at 1.
Start at. Yeah, you know what? Start at 1.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 6. And it reads, and he said unto me in the beginning, the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, wherever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, wherever the foundations of paradise were laid, for the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable waters were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followed? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Read that verse over.
Say it again.
Read that verse over.
2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So it says Esau is into the world. What does that mean? When you look out into the world and look at news and history and politics, right? And you look at how the nation, the nature of the world today. The world is being destroyed systematically. How is the world being destroyed? By who? The so-called white man. The white man is destroying the world by cataclysmic destruction. Everything that he does is death and destruction. We have the second chapter, we read Revelations, talks about death and hell. So white man is death and hell. He's destroying every fucking thing on this planet, man. I don't care if you like it, understand it, believe it or not. That's the fucking truth. He is the end of the world. Because how many TV shows and movies have they created where the world was destroyed, blown up, nuclear disaster, nuclear fallout, pestilence, diseases, and the earth had to, the people of Earth had to escape to another world. Are they not trying to do the same thing now? When you watch the movie Elysium, when you watch the TV show 100, when you read different books and literature, it's the same fucking thing all over again, man. So who's destroying the world? Who's the end of the world? Who has encompassed the whole earth? The so-called white man. So when you read that, who cannot be Esau the Edomites? The so-called white man, bro. It's plain as day to who those who can receive it. Go ahead, Shamar.
This is Proverbs 16:4. The Lord Yahweh have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
And the wicked is the so-called white man. And for the day of evil being a day of destruction. And we're heading into that day now. We've been in that period for thousands of years now. This man has been destroying earth. Go ahead with that second Ezra and read that verse over again.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world,
Right?
and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Somebody get Revelation 21st chapter. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Jacob is the beginning of the next world. So-called afterlife. No, we're not talking about the afterlife. We're talking about the after earth, where we will actually begin to live life, which is the kingdom of heaven. Go, somebody get Proverbs 29 and 2. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1, and it reads.
As a matter of fact, before you read that, somebody get the Proverbs 29 and 2 first. And
Proverbs 29 and 2. The righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right. When the righteous are in authority, people rejoice, right? So why aren't people rejoicing in the world? I thought the so-called white man was the epitome of righteousness and glory and pureness. This man's destroying the earth, destroying, destabilizing societies all over the fucking earth, man. Go ahead.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
The wicked is, that's because the wicked is bearing rule. The brother Samar just read, the wicked is created for the day of evil. The so-called white man is the wicked. And that's why the whole earth is going through completely fucking turmoil right now. You know? And when the righteous rule, the world won't be mourning anymore. The world will be rejoicing because the world will be in happiness and righteousness. You see nothing but a cloud of darkness all over the world. Somebody get Isaiah the 60th chapter. Go ahead, read that Revelation 21.
So the book of Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Right, so New Jerusalem coming down as a bride adorned for her husband. Because Israel is known as the Lord's woman, the Lord's bride, right? But it says New Jerusalem coming down. How are we going to come down? Coming down from where? Where are we coming from? We're coming down from the heavens. In what? In the chariots of the Most High. You know, pursuant to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1, and 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16, we'll be lifted up in these chariots. And we're going to come down for those chariots being changed. Kingdom of heaven starts with the people. That's why Esau can't. So fuck his agenda and fuck him. And fuck these other nations because they can't contain what the Lord has already sanctioned. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men.
Right, so the tabernacle of the Lord is with men. So you can kill off as many Israelite women if you want, children if you want, but the men are the sanctioning body. You kill off the men too, but guess what? We're just going to come right back in the reincarnation and fulfill the Lord's will. You know? And when we come down from heaven in the chariots, the world is already ended, as you see, as you know it. At that point, Israel's time to shine, so to speak, and the men will rule as personally appointed by the Most High. Ain't gonna be no more women oppressing the men and ruling over men. Ain't gonna be no more of this backwards, upside down world, man. Go ahead.
It says, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people.
Right? He shall dwell with them. That's the thing. Right now, the Lord, Yahweh himself, isn't dwelling with Israel. You know, we're in a cursed state right now. But when this happens, at the end of your world, as you see fit, the Most High is going to dwell with his people, man. And we're going to be known as his people. Go ahead.
It says, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their power.
Right?
And the Heavenly Father Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death.
No more slavery, no more pain, no more death, no more suffering.
Neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
This whole world, every negative spirit and connotation in this place is going to be done away with. In the kingdom of heaven, nothing will dwell but positivity and life and love and light. The darkness is going to be done away with. That's what we strive for. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing these lessons. That's why we're on the highways and byways. That's why we're striving within Yahweh Bashim, trying to make our families safe. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Everybody who don't know what that don't get it, fuck you. Fuck your mama. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Right. This heaven has passed away. This world, these heathen world is going to be passed away, and the world is going to be engulfed in righteousness. The wicked is going to be run over, extinct. Right.
He that sat upon the throne said, behold, I will make all things new.
All things new. When you look into that word new, the word new in the Greek is kainos, meaning fresh. The earth will be refreshed. The world will be refreshed. The spirit in this place will be refreshed with nothing but light. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Fuck anybody who has got something to say about it, don't understand it, believe it, or like it or not. We're here for righteousness. Go ahead.
It says, behold, I will make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful.
These words are true and faithful. Meaning it's going to happen. How Bashim Al-Shai is a man of his word. His word is above his name. Meaning what he says goes, and he's going to make it happen. Not because he's just the Most High. Because he can easily say, no, this ain't happening, but because he swear by his name. And he made us a promise, going all the way back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that we will live in a land of milk and honey. And we will get to that land of milk and honey, no matter the cost. That's why this world is doomed in destruction. When you read 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, and 43rd verse, it says the day of doom shall be the end of this world. Because the world is going to be destroyed by its own fashion. This isn't a game. This isn't a fucking joke. This is real life. This is going to happen. And it will happen. The words of the Lord shall not return in them void.
Isaiah 55.
fill the earth.
And it shall prosper in the things whereunto I sent it.
That's self-explanatory. This world is over. The wickedness is done. That's what I got.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, starting at the 24th verse, and it reads, Therefore saith the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of mine enemies. And I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away all thy tin.
Break it down.
The adversaries goes into our enemies, Enemy and adversary is pretty much the same thing, And that goes into the other nations, starting with Esau, Edom, the biblical name of the so-called white man. When Yahushua comes back, I believe it's 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, talks about how he's going to bring down all rule and power and authority, But he says that he's going to turn his hand upon thee. That goes into the Israelites, start with the elect, He's going to purge away the sins. That goes to wiping away our tears from our eyes, man. Taking away that filth and putting us in spiritual bodies, It's kind of like hitting the reset button. And finally, verse 26, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Prophecy. That goes into the Israelites, start with the elect being on top, man, and our nation being restored back to its rightful place. Yahushua, the 12 apostles, the elect, King David sitting on his throne, the order will be reestablished, man. Forever and forever.
All right. With that, Lord willing us to edify to the body and feed the sheep with the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash.
the divine and our apostle elders, a great millstone, who will and teach well. All right. Peace, salutations to all you occupy the Christmas truth. All right. Shalom to the elect. Shalom. Baba Ball.
Shalom, Baba Ball.